Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much to everybody who, thank you for coming back to my channel. Thank you to everybody who listening in the podcast. I wanted to come here and make this follow-up video. It's been some time since I've spoken about this regarding the death of Halyna Hutchins, the cinematographer who was basically killed during the filming of the movie Rust, in which Alec Baldwin was the one holding the gun, and the armorer for that movie, Hanna Gutierrez, Reed, I believe is her full name, was convicted, I think, 2 weeks ago um, for that, and she's currently in jail for it, for her duty as an armorer in this whole tragic event that happened that completely changed the life of the family of Halyna Hutchins for forever, right? So this is a very tragic story. I remember coming here and doing a breaking news video and episode regarding the shooting, and that was back in October 2021. And then I came here, and after Alec Baldwin did the whole interview and about, I think his name was with George Stephanopoulos from GMA. He did the whole interview that late fall of 2021 and early in 2022. And his demeanor in that interview was very telling to me. I remember speaking about it, and I haven't really gone back and watched the videos that I made about it. And the thing when it comes to somebody's opinion is that it changes as you know more about something. It changes. Your opinion changes very quickly, and this is why sometimes you cannot just get mad when somebody gives you their opinion, because when people learn something more about a particular topic, and things like that, usually they tend to change their opinion because they see things in a different way, right? But when this case came to be such a tragic story, I remember in October 2021 going right away to see information about Halyna Hutchins and how tragic it was. And then to see that Alec Baldwin was involved, and I remember saying this in the videos. I remember saying how a veteran movie actor is so careless to be given a gun and not even double check, okay? Because even though you can say all the time you're acting and it's not my responsibility, and basically washing your hands from the whole ordeal, at the end of the day, in that whole set of the movie Rust, really Alec Baldwin was the one that had the most experience. And here's the thing: when I remember saying this in the videos. What I was trying to say, out of everybody, right, in that movie, in the set of that movie, when you have people like Hanna Gutierrez Reed, who is basically starting off her career, this is probably her second project, and on her second project, like, she's already working with Alec Baldwin, right, and experienced cinematographer like Halyna Hutchins, and Joe Silva, I think his name was, the producer or the director. And it's like you have all these people. And by the way, Joe Silva, I think he got shot also, but he survived. So you have all these people. And in that movie set, there were some complaints about safety. Some of the crew members left. They abandoned the set, saying that there were some safety concerns. So Alec Baldwin was the producer also of that movie, part of the producing team. He was also the actor, the main character, the lead role for that movie. So my thing is that I still don't understand, even after everything that happened today with the case, is that if you're trying to cut corners and hire people that perhaps don't have that much experience, and you being the producer and being the lead actor, and you see how crew members are walking away and saying they're not safe, right? And they feel like there's something off, they're cutting corners too much, trying to save on budget. So people are walking away. They don't feel like things are being done the right way. And then you're going to be somebody's going to hand over a gun to you. And then you're going to use the cold gun, and you know that it's good. But then that's after you've seen all of you can say the discrepancy. You as a veteran actor, I would think, as a responsible person who has done this many times, will be like, let me just check this because there's a lot of stuff going on. I have seen like some people walking away, and I know this girl who's the army girl doesn't have that much experience. Let me check this before anything bad or worse can happen, right? And he didn't do that. And this is why I think I was talking about it back then. That I'm like, I expected so much for somebody who has so much experience in this type of movie sets. So what happened today, guys, in case you haven't heard, Alec Baldwin was on trial. The trial began this Monday and it was supposed to last 8 days. Today is Friday, right? July 12th. I don't know if I said the day, that's why I'm repeating myself. July 12th, 2024. During the trial, there was an issue concerning some type of evidence that was mishandled. Specifically when it comes to the live round, right? And first of all, why were there even live rounds in a movie set? That's so like unthinkable, especially in a movie set that uses a lot of guns, right? Why would they even be there? Who put them there, right? Looking at it now, like I told you guys, opinions can change. Like it was such a bad production, obviously, to have crew members walking away in the middle of the movie, people complaining. So, there was a lot of negligence that ultimately led to a really bad event that took Halyna Hutchins' life, right? So let me just tell you what happened today, right? A New Mexico judge on Friday brought a sudden and stunning end to the involuntary manslaughter case against Alec Baldwin, dismissing in the middle of the actor's trial and saying it cannot be filed again, okay? Judge Mary Marlowe Sommer dismissed the case based on misconduct of police and prosecutors over the withholding of evidence from the defense in 2021 shooting of cinematographer Halyna Hutchins on the set of the film Rust. Baldwin cried, hugged his two attorneys, gestured to the front of the court, then turned to hug his crying wife, Hilaria, the mother of seven of his 8 children, holding the embrace for 12 seconds, and then he climbed into an SUV outside the Santa Fe County Courthouse without speaking to the media, okay? The late discovery of the evidence during the trial has impelled the effective use of the evidence in such a way that it has impacted the fundamental fairness of the proceedings. This is what the judge said. If this conduct does not rise to the level of bad faith, it certainly comes so near to bad faith to show signs of scorching. The case-ending evidence revealed during testimony Thursday was ammunition that was brought into the sheriff's office in March by a man who said it could be related to Hutchins' killing. Prosecutors say they deemed the ammo ammunition unrelated and unimportant, while Baldwin's lawyer alleged they buried it and filed a motion to dismiss the case. The judge's decision ended the criminal culpability of the 66-year-old Baldwin after nearly three-year saga that began when a revolver he was pointing at Hutchins during a rehearsal went off, killing her and wounding director Joe Souza. That's who I was referring to, by the way, before. I kept saying Joe Silva is Joe Souza. Um, our goal from the beginning was to seek justice for Halyna Hutchins, said the district attorney Mary Carman in a statement. We are disappointed that the case did not get to the jury. Um, so that's what happened. So they were hearing evidence, and they had hidden evidence, and then they also mentioned how the police handled the whole case. I remember watching the case. I think it was Tuesday or something. They had a police officer, the guy who got there the first person who got there, also very very new to the force and coming into the movie set, right, where you have famous people there, and just trying to maneuver how to basically, do everything that you need to do as a first official to get there after the incident. And the way he was answering back, there was something off to me. The first officer, the way he was answering back is almost like they will ask him, like, why did you get the tape, right? And he said, well, nobody told me. He kept saying, that's the thing. He kept saying, nobody told me to get it, but I just got it just in case somebody will tell me to do it. Or something like that. I'm like, that is so off. It's almost like he was missing an authoritative decision making. Like from somebody in that position, I expected for him to be like, I took the tape because the police tape because we had a crime. So somebody just got shot. So I'm about to wrap everything around so we don't get anybody like that doesn't need to be in there coming in and, perhaps mess up with the evidence or anything, right? That's what I'm like, he sounds a little off to me. From that moment, I'm like, there's something off with this whole trial, right? And as much as we want to say Alec Baldwin hold the gun, he's the one who pointed it. And that, I think I expressed my thing about it, especially after watching the interview that he did with George from GMA. I don't know what year it was. I think it was late 2021 or early 2022, where he said that something about not having remorse or that he didn't pull the trigger and things like that. At the end of the day, my thing with this connection, like with this case, when it comes to Alec Baldwin, is this: out of everybody there, he was the most experienced one. He knew perhaps that there were a lot of people who were unexperienced in big roles in that movie set. So you as an actor, knowing the responsibility, right? You cannot jeopardize your whole career and your whole family and everything by not be like, let me check this gun because I know everybody here is like a newbie, and I don't want anything bad to happen, right? And he basically, right now, they're saying it was the armorer. He's basically washing his hands and saying, you know what, I was just an actor in that. It's not really my responsibility. I remember too watching the videos when the first responders arrive and to see Halyna, to see her, and I'm like, wait, nobody thinks about that she has a family and a child, that these videos live in the internet forever. They have to show how she's reacting to the whole thing. It was sad to see that was released without, like, man, thinking about the family here. to see her last moments like that and people talking to her and all of that. It was just, the whole case I know is very tragic. But then now, out of everything, now the dad, right? Hanna Gutierrez Reed father. Hanna Gutierrez, the armorer. So basically, if you pull everybody aside, Hanna Gutierrez, in this case, has the most responsibility, right? Because he's a movie set. It wasn't like Alec Baldwin was found like in the back of an alley with a gun. He's shooting a movie. So he's gonna wash his hands. He's like, that's not basically my job. I'm not the armorer. I trusted that the armorer will do her job, right? So her dad is another Hanna Gutierrez Reed dad is a very well-known, experienced armorer too. I think that's why she got interest on that, right? So now he's saying that his daughter should come out of jail too because of the mishandle of the police, the evidence of the police, right? So it says here, Ross Armorer plans to file dismissal after Alec Baldwin trial. And I think, to be honest, guys, I think she's gonna be free too. She got convicted, okay? It was a pattern of misconduct and it was at times crazy. The lengths they went to hide this evidence, to put it in a different case file, different case number, and not to tell anyone about it, said Jason Bowles Gutierrez, Reed defense, her lawyer said, right? Both Alec Baldwin and Hanna Gutierrez Reed were charged with involuntary manslaughter in Halyna Hutchins' death, and she was found guilty in March this year. However, on Friday, Baldwin's case was dismissed by the judge after she said the prosecution showed misconduct. New evidence presented on Thursday in the courtroom showed Troy Teskey, a friend of Reed's father, turned in live ammunition that may have matched the round that killed Hutchins. The defense said this wasn't something they were aware of. Now her dad's friend is involved? How do he know that information? Man, I'm telling you, somebody needs to be held responsible. Somebody needs to be held responsible for Halyna Hutchins' death. I don't even know, like, seriously, that makes me so mad. So, Troy Teskey, a friend of Reed's father, turned in live ammunition that may have matched the rounds that killed Hutchins. The defense said this wasn't something they were aware of. These were discussions that were had with myself, with the supervisors at the time, and then with the prosecutor, said Alexandra Hancock, the lead detective in this case. Judge Mary Marlowe said, so you all had discussions about what to do with what he dropped off? And she said yes. And you all agreed to put in a separate file? And she said yes. A special prosecutor, Carrie Morrissey, chose to be her own witness and took the stand to explain how the new evidence was handled. The judge dismissed the case moments after. Yeah, that was so strange to see that defense attorney, the special prosecutor, Carrie Morrissey, like taking the stand. That was so strange. The trial has to be fair and foremost. In this country and the state was not playing fair. And the judge rightfully threw it out, said Jason Bowles Gutierrez Reed's defense attorney. When Teskey couldn't get Mr. Bowles to take them, the live ammunition, because they were the best evidence against his client, Morrissey said, well, understand, those rounds I asked forever for the state to test. Morrissey told me she will be getting those rounds from Teskey through the law enforcement in Arizona, but she never went and got them. It's so crazy that it had to come to this for them to say, oh, you know what? There was also live ammunition that was turned in by the friend of the armorer, the dad's friend or something. Like, what? Did somebody die here? Like, what? Who? Why is this happening? Why are you guys leaving it like that? It should have been investigated more and more. It's so crazy. Like, seriously. It's so crazy. All I'm saying is that now, to be honest, guys, everybody in that movie said there was a lot of complaining, right? People were complaining about hotel rooms. The people were complaining about the times, the weather, and somebody got upset and was like, "Look, they probably look at Hanna Gutierrez read and thought probably underestimated her professionalism, I guess you can say, and saw some type of they're probably just so like she's so unexperienced. Look how she leave her car unattended. You know, they go to lunch. They went to lunch that day, and she left the car somewhere. You know, such an important piece because in that car that's where they kept all the guns and everything ready for the movie. And she probably left it unattended, and somebody playing stupid, right? That guy knows what they did, right? Somebody playing bad did something so reckless and was like, I'm going to teach them a lesson. This is what I think happened. I'm going to teach these people a lesson. Perhaps they didn't like how Alec Baldwin spoke to them because we know Alec Baldwin has temper. It's not news to anybody. If you've seen some videos of him being upset, on like in New York where he lives and all of that. We know that a lot of people don't like him because his attitude sometimes, and he has a temper. So they're like, somebody in that movie said knows exactly what happened. They know exactly what the plan is, and I hope they bring everybody back. Okay, I think they should. Hanna Gutierrez was extremely negligent. She didn't check everything. She didn't double check everything. She's an inexperienced person. She probably done a couple movies and then this huge movie. And she was, to leave her car unattended while they went to break and not check back everything again before handing the cold gun to Alec Baldwin. It was a very negligent move, and look what happened. Somebody died here. So she's trying hard to get out of jail. So she might be released soon, but I think it shouldn't end there. I think they should bring everybody back. They cannot prosecute Alec Baldwin anymore, right? Because the case was dismissed with prejudice. I think that's the term that they use. So he cannot be prosecuted again against this with this case. But for her, Hanna Gutierrez, I think, and everybody on that movie set, they should bring everybody back together because somebody was playing some type of I'm gonna teach them a lesson type of thing, and look what happened, right? And then the other thing is like, how is it that a friend of Hanna Gutierrez's father knew about the live ammunition that were in that setting? He thought that they're connected to the ones that killed Halyna Hutchins. So there's so many things. I think the police did a horrible job investigating this. I mean, now the new evidence, hiding it and not telling it. So this is a lot, guys. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much for listening in the podcast. I think in the following days, we'll see what happens with this case. All I think now is about Halyna Hutchins' husband and her child. Really wish them all the best in this. I know their mom is spoken about a lot lately, right in the news. So thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. Have a good day. God bless.